Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we are going to learn about a database named Kegg. Kegg is a short form of Kyoto Encyclopedia of Genes and Genomes. So basically, as it is obvious from its name that Kegg is a database which is used for understanding high level of functions and utilities of biological systems, and mainly in these systems we will learn basically on the genes and genomes perspective. A little information is also shown here, as its release date is 1995 and its research center is basically Kyoto University. So this is some of the basic information of this database. We will mainly study the pathways in this database. So it has many merged databases in it, like we have a lot of information from other databases as well. So let's get started and explore it in details. And its description, you can see a lot of different little information from here. So let's jump into it. And here is the home page of the database. As you can see, there are some main entry points of this Kegg database. These are some of the merged databases like KO, genes, chemical databases. So these are other databases which are merged in this database. As you can see, so this is the home page, this is the release notes, and this is the current statistics. These are different options you can explore and see what is basically given here. This is some of the description about this database, that what type of utilities and what type of data and information you are going to get from this database. As I already said, this database will provide you large-scale molecular data sets, which is generated by genome sequencing and other high-throughput experimental technologies. And these datasets are basically used in such a way that we have made pathways of these datasets. And these pathways basically consist of different genes which are connected from one another on the basis of their function and reaction. So basically, the data which is generated from this high throughput experiments is very vast and very complex, and we have to put a lot of effort in order to get a fruitful information from this data or from this data set. So this database has resolved this problem by just extracting different genes and their connections and their pathways, and we can easily analyze our data by just putting our gene name here without any confusion. So here is the other database which I have also explored, which is merged in it, that is KeggDB links. Here you can see the hierarchy of these files, which is also uploaded in the form of these pathways. This is basically a thing which we will explore after studying the basic level of information. Then after that we will explore it in details, and this detail will be explored in advanced level of information you will get from it. So here we have a subtable of contents, or you can see here total databases which are merged in this database, that is Kegg pathway, Kegg bright, Kegg module, Kegg genes, Kegg genome, Kegg virus. These are basically different full-fledged databases which is merged in this single database named Kegg, right? These are basically sub-databases of Kegg database, you can say. Okay, so this is basically the category of the databases which this database have. These are the subcategories. So we will explore all these categories one by one, and we will see all of these categories and all of these databases in very complete details, but we will also have to explore them in chunks or in small lectures, not in so many detail in just a single lecture. So I will make other lectures for this subcategories. So here you can see. So let's see, on the first category of our database is Kegg pathway. So here is the detail of this database. Basically, we will get Kegg pathways, or you can say maps of these pathways in this category, where we can have different types of pathways. Like first one, you can see this is the metabolism pathway, and then the second one is genetic information processing, environmental information processing. This is also a very huge information, and we will also look at them one by one, like in chunks or in small chunks of videos. We will understand and learn these things, because it is totally impossible that we can learn all these things in just one lecture, because this is a thing which we have to discuss in very detail. So for that purpose, we will study in these all these categories in sub lectures or subcategories, or you can say chunks of different lectures. I will make all these lectures very soon, but for now we will just look at them in a very little way, so that we can just understand them. So you can see all the details here. Sorry, yeah, here you can see different categories. These are also the subcategories of this database. You can see this is a very huge detail, very huge detail. But what we have to search from here is basically depends on requirement. What we need in this information, this is the basic point which we need. Like if you want a pathway, or you want information about metabolic pathway, you can simply click this option, and here you will get all the detailed pathway or metabolic pathway. And in that pathway there are a lot of more pathways and modules which are merged in these pathways. And this is the information of some enzyme. Here you can see the name of the enzyme, and here you can see the structure of the enzyme. So this is a basically graphical form of this pathway, and we can search whatever we want to look into it. Like if I there are a lot of click in options, where we can just click on the any type of category of this pathway or graph, and we can get more detail of this portion of the pathway. So here's the other links, or all links which is connected with this pathway there, as this is the name of the compound, and we have also other information related to this compound. This box is basically related to this compound named C20500. These are the Kegg reactions. This is the Kegg pathway. So let's go back to the main pathway. Here we have other options like change pathway type, and if we click any subcategory of pathway, we can also explore it in detail. Like this pathway is glycosphingolipid biosynthesis, lacto, and new lacto series. And below we have all the detailed information, where these arrows will show the connection between different compounds and between different genes, and different type of arrows will show the different type of connections or different type of relations between these genes in this pathway. So if we want to explore it in more detail, then we can click on them and we will explore it more. So you can see how complex this pathway is. There are a lot of pathways in it, as I have also clicked another pathway which is named as terpenoid backbone biosynthesis pathway. And in this pathway we have also other pathways which is also merged in this pathway. As you can see, this is also a big pathway, and different type of arrows show different type of connections between these enzymes which is present in these pathways, and involved in some type of function or chemical reaction which is happening in the glycolysis. So this is another pathway of glycolysis and glucogenesis. And here we have different enzymes which are reacting, and these reactions are shown by the arrows. So in this way, we can explore different pathways in Kegg database. As you can see, there are also other categories. We will explore all of them in our next coming lecture and series. I will try to explore all of these databases so that you can get a great insight of all these databases in a very good manner. So we have a lot of work pending here. So if I want to search a specific gene or a specific pathway which is connected with this gene or related with this gene, then I have to just write the name of the gene in the text box and then click on the search button. And here I will get different pathways. As you can see, I have written the name porin gene and I have got different pathways here. So it basically depends that how specific information I want to get. Like there you can see the cephalosporin oral agents pathway. This is also a map of, or you can say the complete pathway of this gene or involving in this gene. Like penicillin is another uh, uh, pathway, which is so you can also search from the name, from the description. You can also view, uh, you can read, you have to read the names and the description so that you can understand that is this pathway is useful for you or not. So from here you can get more details. Like in the description you can see different names, and from here you can see penicillin, pneums, and cephalosporins. This is the basically description. You can also read the description. So for after reading this description you can understand that is this pathway is really related to your gene or not, or maybe this pathway is related from the gene, or maybe this pathway is not related from the gene. So from here we can also get the more detail, like penicillin and cephalosporin biosynthesis. This is another pathway. But as you have seen that I have written the word porin, which is another gene name, but I am getting this pathway named penicillin. And but as you can see, penicillin and cephalosporin in biosynthesis. This is actually not the gene which I want to get in the pathway. Like I want to get a pathway which is specifically involved with the gene porin. However, I have got a lot of results, but in all these results, I could not get the specific result. Like I could not get any pathway which is involved in this gene. Like different types of names are there, but not the name specifically porin. This is cephalosporin, not porin. So I could not get the specifically pathway or specific pathway of my related gene. So here, like this, you can also check the specific pathway uh, related to your specific gene. So from disease, this is another database we will also explore in very detail, but for now we have to just I am going to just search a basic level of information. I am also writing the same gene name here and clicking on the go. So here you can see multi-drug resistant pseudomonas aerogenesis infection. This is a thing. Now here you can get that I have got the result which is specifically involved with the gene porins, which I have written in the search box. As you can see in the red color, you can see the gene is highlighted. So like this, you can also search the name of your gene is involved in some specific disease or some specific pathway, right? However, other results, as you can see, are involved in other genes like cyclosporin. This is not a porin. I need specifically porin. So let's click on it and see the results in detail. So here you can see in the description whenever you are getting something from this database, first thing you need to know is the rechecking. You have to check the name. Is it the specific gene which you have entered in the search box? And then you have to read the description. From after doing this thing, you can confirm that the information which you are getting is the right information or related to your gene uh, or not, right? So as you can see, I have explored two databases, that is disease and pathway, but these databases are explored in not too much detail or not till an advanced level, just little base of like basic level of information we have gotten from it. So again, now I am getting the other database named genes, and similarly I have put it as query named sporin, and now I have got these results. Again, I will read the names first, that are these results are related to my gene or not. As you can see, I cannot see any results named porin, or I cannot see any type of those results which are include my gene named porin. These are other type of these are results which are involved in other type of genes which are not my gene named porin. But maybe sometimes they get like you can see nucleoporin. This is a thing which is you can also consider for your research, that if you get not the exact information but the related information, then you can sometimes go for it and see maybe some type of relation you can find from this. So it totally depends that if you cannot get the exact gene, then sometimes you have to go for the related information in order to compare your gene from these genes. Okay, so that was it for today, and there are other also databases like pride, like drug. All these databases are, we are going to explore them, don't worry, we will work on it in advance and details. So similarly, in the drug database, you can also search the drug against some specific disease or some specific gene, or some specific gene which is causing some type of disease, and you are finding some type of drug or some type of pathway or relation regarding that gene, then you can go for the drug database. And here you will also check the details, that if this details is related or not. So the main thing is you have to check. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.